Waka, what's up, and welcome back to the channel for yet another FC Finch Transformers review. And today on the table we are doing that classic rewind thing and going back to take a look at an oldie, but I can't quite say it's a goodie. We're gonna take a look at the X-Transbots Boost, and this is X-Transbots' take on a masterpiece Windcharger. I believe like the only masterpiece take on a Windcharger. I don't know of anybody else masterpiece scale who has tackled this spot. Actually, Windcharger, he's kind of like an unloved son. I don't think there was ever an episode about him. You see him dead next to Wheeljack. It's like the Wheeljacker was made to die. That's what they did. So anyway, we're gonna take a look at this, and quite frankly, for those that have this bot and have watched some of the reviews on this bot, you already know where this is probably gonna go. So we're gonna kind of be a little bit a little bit loose on this review, and we're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh together, okay? So first off, let's start taking a look at the box. I got this from another collector, and you know, it's one of those stories of yeah, you don't. Hey, yeah, I didn't know what I was getting into, and I just assumed, yeah, it's going to be okay. So that's why the box is not in the best of shape, but that's okay. And there, of course, we have Warrior Boost, and then, of course, we have Boost with his little video camera for an arm right there. And then, of course, we have, let's see, on the side, we have him in his Trans Am. That's right, he's a Pontiac Firebird, excuse me, Master Miniseries X-Transbots. I love the packaging on this thing. And then, of course, we have these stats. Do I get a little... Can I get a little hell yeah? No, I apparently don't have the little thing on me. Maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe it's with the instructions. So, but we have his stats, and you can use your little card here, and then, of course, you can say primary factor in successful attack is speed, and there we go, boost right up over there, and then we got the opening up to the plastic, and yeah, he is packed in car mode, by the way, so that is good in and of itself. Next up, we'll take a look at the instructions. And of course, it is done. There we go. There we have Boost and a nice little sketch. I actually like that. He's done it in a nice little sketch mode. And then of course we have all his accessories, his gun, his toy head, his weapon, and then of course we have Boost, how to transform Boost, and these instructions. Yes, it is. In terms of the steps, it is an easy transformation. In terms of what you have to do, it is not. So in there, of course, we have some of the X-Transbots offerings. We have their Toro. We have, I believe, Tailgate. We have Beachcomber. So there we go there. And yeah, so that's it for the instructions. They look relatively easy to follow, but of course, you all know that I use videos. And lastly, but not leastly, we have the card. And then we have a nice 3D generated model of Boost wrapped in plastic. Looks really, really good. X-Transbots Master Miniseries. And then, of course, on the back, we have basically here, you can pause it right here and read his bio, which is probably the same thing that's on the box. And then, of course, we have, oh, look at his tech specs right here on the card anyway. So, yeah, and there we go. And that is what's included with Boost. So yeah, and let's take a look at Boost in car mode. And so I gotta say, my qualms with this model, or with this figure, are not with any of it. So it actually does both modes very well. Yeah, we'll get to this. Both modes very, very well. He is, of course, a Transform. This is actually, for as little as we see Boost, this is actually, I love this alt mode. At least I love what X-Transbots has done with it. It looks really, really good. I love the nice paint on there. You got some kind of crystal on the, the glass is all painted, got the T-tops right there, and of course the louvers on back all painted in very nice. It's got a kind of a glisten to it. You can see like it's glittery. It looks really, really good. And then, of course, let's see, on the wheels, you can see they did like a little Pontiac symbol. It looks, I guess these wheels are period correct. I'm not entirely too sure. But of course, he does roll very nicely. So there is that. And then, of course, we go to the back again. Nothing much done with the taillights, except you can see the Firebird logo on back. They tried to get there. So, yeah, it looks really good. All of how they have a little wing back here. Again, superb looking alt mode. Really, really good. And then if we want some gimmicks, you can pull up his you can pull up his headlights here. You can do the winking at you like some of the people with, like some Miata drivers like to do. I'm not going to waste too much more time trying to get this up, but he does indeed. You can take my word for, oh, there's my spudger. You can, yep, okay, so we're not going to mess with that too much more because we're wasting time with the view, but you can lift up his little headlights, which is a nice touch. I don't think there's any way to lift them up from the bottom. While we're at it, let's take a look at the bottom. Well, I'll get to this later, so I didn't take these out, but yeah, he does clean up very well. You can see his head, but they tried to block that out as much as possible, so he doesn't just tell us basically him laying down and whatnot. His body panel slipped over, but yeah. Other than that, I mean, again, as far as a alt mode, this is absolutely stunning. So yeah, absolutely good looking. And we're going to talk about his accessories real quick because, as you saw, they do have some relevance in the alternate mode. At least we're going to talk about some of them. So first off, he comes with his little arm scanner. Not exactly sure what this is, but it is done. Again, it looks like just plastic. The silver is painted. It's got that nice yellow light. So then I just call it his flashlight gun. And we'll show how this is used in the robot mode. And then, of course, he has his gun, which is done in a very nice kind of bluish, deep blue. And that, of course, again, just looks really good. You got some nice little molded details right here. And both of these do store on the robot mode. So the gun stores on this side. You can see a little peg right there. And then, of course, you have his little flashlight, which that stores right over on this side. And both these will store just like they do fit rather firmly. I had no issue. This is and you can see it does. Oh, I think I must have it wrong in some. Oh, there we go. So I just had to push this down a little bit. But yeah, and you can see once you have it set right, it does absolutely nothing to inhibit him from rolling in car mode. So there you go. And without further ado, let us get to transformation. Now, of course, this is the part of the video that's going to be really funny and maybe even a bit frustrating. So for those of you that know, this transformation is an exercise in patience. So this may actually take up the entire video. I don't know. I've never transformed it on camera, but I figure I'd leave it in car mode so we could all kind of go through it together and just kind of share our pain with the transformation of the X-Transbots. So again, a lot of bending plastic over plastic, a lot of flimsy plastic. In fact, you can see I even broke this section here by accident on its last journey into car mode. So either way, let's get down to it. So what we're gonna do first is we are going to pull this up slightly, very slightly to, that's just gonna release all these tabs right here around the arms, okay? And then we're going to bring this down right here, and that's going to release our tabs on the back hatch. So we can bring this back piece up just like this for now. So there we go. So the next step is what we're going to do is you have to untab the lower arm from this tab right here, and it is more secure than it looks. And unfortunately, there's no elegant way to do this. I mean, that's the problem with this transformation is everything feels like, oh, okay, so it came undone rather fine that time. And then what we need to do is rotate the arm around on this side here. And we're going to rotate basically the wheel inside out. So, and again, this is kind of a balancing act. There we go. And we're going to bring the arm around and we're rotating the wheel all the way around like that. So now the wheel is on the inside and the arm is on the outside. So now what we have is you can see that the hand, we have the outer door assembly here. And again, this is yet another icky part. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my spudger. I'm going to open the hand real quick here. And the thing is, so this is going to flip over like this. And what we need to do is we need to rotate the hand over this little thing. And again, I don't know why they designed it this way. I don't know what they were thinking. So, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring this over. And now you can see, so we're getting the thumb over. And now you can see the hand rotates right on here. So what you can do is as you get the thumb over, you can bring the hand over just like that. And then again, you have to get it over this tab right here too. Again, it's not difficult to do. It's just a lot of acrobatics and juggling. And then what you do is you can fold the hand over and it'll kind of tab together just like that. And then if you want, you can flip it around. And yeah, so thankfully, and now we have an arm all done just like that. And actually, I think, no, that should be, oh, I may have it upside down. My bad. So I will rearrange this, but nevertheless, so this arm just like the other one. So let us see if we can't do this a bit more elegantly. There we go. It is released. Oh, there it is. Oh, all right, beautiful. And now what we can do is we can rotate this over just like this. And again, not the most elegant thing in the world. Now this is where the hand stops rotating. Because of course it does. Why would anything on this transformation cooperate with us? And so there we go. There we have the second arm all done. And now what we can do is we can bring this down, and it'll just come down right here. And we can bring back the little, yeah, this part isn't so bad. Just bring back the front end hood assembly, and that will unleash his head. So there you go for that. So now we got that out of the way, on to the next disaster, and this is actually going to be the easy part. We're going to bring this little flap down. There's his head, of course, and then we can just move this back, and yeah, it kind of just teeters on the edge of his head over there, but and you're just going to bring it all the way back like that. And then what we can do next is you can unplug the bottom of the car top, and then right here you have two tabs that latch in to the door right there. See that right there? And or not the door, well, it's part of the door kind of. And you just want to bring this and fold this under just like that. And now what we can do is we can bring this all the way up, just like that, locks in right there and right there, using the same tabs it did to reach under the windshield. And yeah, there's his backpack, a little bit kibbly. And next, what you can do is, so now this is all kinds of freed up, and you could just bring it up. Now it's got a tab right in here that's going to go right over here. And then the wheels, now I can never get this right, but the wheels have these tab slots, and you have these very thin tab slots. And so this is just really kind of, it's like a fun little game. X-Transbots gave you a game, where you can try and guess where to tab it in. And, again, yeah, because this has to be straight, so you got to watch out where you pin the arms. So just make sure the arms are. Now, unfortunately, this is going to come apart whenever you try and utilize any semblance of moving the arm forward. But again, so you're really relying on this to hold the bot in. And then what we can do is you have these pieces. They were sunk into the body before. You can just bring them out if they haven't come out already. And that's going to kind of fill him in and kind of make him look like he doesn't have a big gap on his back. So there you go for that. And now we're on to the home stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring these out, and yeah, this is the next icky part. And what we can do is you kind of, the back just kind of comes off, and you can rotate it around. And then what we can do is, now at this point you can rotate we can start to rotate the wheel in, but I usually like to do something first. So what you want to do is, this tab's in here quite firmly, and you can rotate this down. And this is why I like to keep the wheel open, because you're going to need some of this space in here. So you can rotate this around, and you have to, the objective is this is going to flip all the way around to here, so this will be upside down. The problem is that you have to kind of navigate past this. It's super silly and super stupid. I don't know who thought it would be a good idea to do it this way, but really, and you're just, again, really trying, going to great lengths. Nope, that's not it. And again, it really is just a game of don't break this. I wish there was some other way to describe it. Nope, it's not gonna go that way. Oh, and his wing came off. That's okay. That's the least of our worries. Oh, X-Transbots. You so silly. Okay, that's not, yeah, I'm starting to feel it, not wanting to move, and so that's when I totally back off. There we go. Okay, there we go. And, yeah, and there it is, And real quick, what I can do is I could put this back on, his little spoiler there. And there we go. And so now we can kind of fold this up like this. Actually, leave this out for just a sec. Bring this down. We're lucky that that's all that broke. And so that's going to fill in that gap right there. And there we go. Put the wing back in. And now we can rotate this around like this and bring it over. Make sure it's all the way over on this screw here. And, oh. Forgetting things. Again, I'm getting so caught up on the fact that I haven't broken that I'm forgetting stuff. So there we go. And then rotate the wheel around just like that. And so now you have a foot all done just like that. And you can rotate it around as you see fit. And that is how that should look. So let's do the other side. Okay, so bring this around, undo this, and now begins the turn as the plastic piece turns. We're just rotating this around. Nice, nope. There we go. Okay, now that works. There we go. Oh, X-Trans, this is just insane. It's insane. Let's see. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Oh, and there it is. It's coming. And now, there we go. And now you can fold out the foot just like that and get this set up. And before we do anything, let us real quick bring this down so you can get this into position. This one is just a little, piece. We're not crazy worried about this. And let's bring the wheel over inside and bring it under like that, and then we could rotate the leg around, and hey, we didn't break it. Yay! And there we have Boost, aka Windcharger in robot mode. And you can be proud if you got this far with me, because we didn't break the toy. And that's what this transformation game is. Don't break the toy. So now that we have Boost in robot mode, we can go back to saying good things about him, because that, and let me be clear, that is this guy presents well in robot and car mode. It's just the journey to and from is not fun, is terrifying, to be honest. So let's get right down to it. So let's take a look at some detail. Now, again, I don't believe there's any die cast in this guy. Oh, no, never mind. I think the feet might, I'm not sure. I don't know. He does kind of have some heft on his seat. I think the feet definitely might be die cast, so I do apologize. My touch is not as good, but again, you got more of that red paint. You see a lot more of the white, and the white does not look painted. It looks just unpainted plastic. But when you get onto like the deep blue, then that looks painted again. The face sculpt looking really good. They did a really good job on the face. I mean, wow. And again, the only alternate face is a toy. We'll get to accessories, but again, it's you never really saw with too much of a different face in the show. So, but yeah, all this painted nicely until it looks like maybe not so much around the back. I'm not sure. Car folds up nicely, but I get a little gap, some kibble right there, and again, hands kind of unpainted here, but again, you got that nice mixture of paint, no paint going on the arms. Again, coming down, lots of nice molded detail. Of course, the Autobot symbol not included because of the third-party figure, and I mean, for the most part, the feet cover up well. So yeah, again, really good-looking little bot. Talk about his articulation. The head does look up a wee bit. It does look straight on. It can rotate side to side. It'll go all the way around if you want it to. The arms. Now, the arms, see, we just did it. And the more you go out, the more you move that wheel. This is what's silly about this. So you move it, but whatever. The arm is on a ball joint. It'll get you, I mean, it has this hinge right here. So it acts as a really good butterfly. Look at that. And it'll go all the way around, do ball joint things. It'll go out like that. I think that's the only hindrance movement. He does have bicep rotation. He does have an elbow that gets you just above 90, and he does have wrist rotation. The hands move on a single ball pin at the knuckle, nothing in the thumb, and this likes to move all around. He does have waist swivel. He does have a wee bit of an ab crunch, the slightest of ab crunches is. He does have, you gotta get these little side pins go all the way out. His legs are on this hinge. He's got, you can notice they're just on a straight hinge right here at the waist. So he gets you a nice mini fusion kick, a little bit more than 90. He gets you a, let's see, not so much a fusion back kick because something's hitting on here, and he goes all the way out to the side just like that. No ratchets at all. In fact, I don't think he has ratchets at all. He does have thigh swivel, and he does have a 90-degree knee, excuse me. And then, of course, the feet, he does do a toe tilt. He can do a heel tilt as well. If he does have an ankle tilt, I'm not going to use it because it's quite frankly terrifying. So that is it for articulation. But yeah, I mean, what a pack! He packs a huge punch for such a little dude. And let's talk about his accessories. He does come with a few. Of course, we've already looked at them because we attached them in Carmo, but there's one other to go over. So we got his gun right here. And again, you see just tabs right on here. He's got little tiny tabs, and you just see little tabs in the hand right there. And you can just put that in, and that will tab in nice and firmly, and he can do all kinds of cool stuff. And then, of course, he has his little ray here, and this works how you might be thinking it will work. And again, you just make sure his hand is closed, and you just slot it right in his closed fist, just like that. And yeah, it doesn't get any simpler than that, so that is pretty cool. And the last accessory, and I'm only going to show it, I'm not going to do it, he comes with an alternate face, and this is of course his toy face. I do believe, I don't know, I never had Windcharger as a G1 toy. This is the G1 toy, and he comes with an alternate back of the head. Now I'm not gonna do this because it's a stupid small screw, and I don't even care about the toy face. I don't even care about it. So he has a screw in the back of the head, and so what you do is you can undo that screw, and as you might guess, you'll just disassemble, you'll pull out the back of his head, and then you just push through, his face will fall out. And then you can put this face in, and the reason you use this is because his eyes, these nice blue eyes, are attached to this back of his head. So you get one that doesn't have eyes in the back of its head. I know I said that's so weird. And so that's why you do that. But I'm not going to do it on camera. If you want, I can make a short video after the fact. I really don't care about the toy head. I'm never going to display it with the toy head. I don't care about it. That's just how you do it, and that's the breaks. So yeah, and there you go. And that is it for accessories. And for a couple quick comparisons, yes, I realize I just forgot to do a comparison of him in car mode, and no, I'm not going to go back and transform him yet again. So, there we go. We'll have to just go on without it. I don't even think we're going to do a short on this guy, but he is quite an old figure, so, there we go. And, let's do a comparison. There he is with MS02, the EX. He is basically, I mean, again, he's pretty much on par with MP44 as far as size goes. So there we go. Yeah, now that I got like all these Optimus Primes, I could just do comparisons with just about any one of them. Then of course we have a comparison. Let's bring in some of his mini bot pals. We'll put him front and center, and we'll bring in Fans Toys Rig, and aka Huffer, and Fans Toys Parkour, aka Cliff Jumper, and yeah, he's about on par and whatnot. He looks good. They look like such a lively crew together. I'm absolutely thrilled with that. Let's bring that down, and yeah, I'll bring it in a bit more, just like that, so you kind of really get a real good glimpse. I absolutely love it. It's the three amigos. I am happy with that scale. So let's summarize, and there we have it for X-Transbots Boost, aka Masterpiece Windcharger. Pretty much the only Masterpiece Windcharger you can get right now, I do believe. And yeah, so bottom line, vehicle mode, good. Bot mode, really good, really fun figure. Transformation, absolutely terrible. I have no idea how this went through QRC and engineers and approvals, and I don't know how things go at X-Trans, but this is how, this is how the usual engineering process works. And somebody said it's okay. It's good. It is literally like, I mean, I'm surprised that I got through this without breaking anything, because a lot of people I know that they always break something, and again, granted, you can't ham fist this. This is the absolute definition. If you get this guy, this is the absolute definition of patience. So now, real quick, in retrospect, I think this is a what? I got this guy used for $60 from another collector. What's the going rate on this guy? I don't know off the top of my head. He's definitely not a $100 figure, so you can probably find him for under $100. So I guess, how much does that money mean to you? How often do you transform your characters? Once they get to robot mode, because it does come in car mode, so you gotta transform them at least once unless you want them in car mode, which I wouldn't blame you for. It's a very beautiful car mode. But how much do you value your figures being able to go back to alternate? How much do you value being able to sell your figure, hopefully in good condition? Because that's kind of the game you're playing here with this guy. Now you can call it, oh, it's just an advanced transformation, all that stuff. It doesn't matter. The fact that you have to bend stuff over stuff to get to stuff means it was not properly engineered. And again, that is what it is. So that's just kind of this is the opinion of one reviewer. That being said, once you get it transformed, it does everything it should do well. But other than that, yeah, buy at your own risk, I would say, and I guess wait for a third party. Hopefully, I mean, it's somebody. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't gotten a 2.0 from X-Transbots or a Fans Toys offering of this guy, but I'm sure in time. So that being said, that does conclude this review. And again, this is more of a fun one anyway, since I had to get this guy transformed since he was the last of my bots after the move to go into my collection. So that said, if you like this review, consider liking it. If you want to see more like this, consider subscribing to the channel. Also check out my playlist for other third-party Masterpiece Transformers figures. I'll put the X-Transbots one in here, but just to explore the channel, I've got a ton of other third-party stuff that I review. And that being said, I will put a link, I guess, to Big Bad Toy Store or Chosen Prime, whichever one has this in stock, so you can buy your own if you so desire. Put a link in the description down below. So I have been SC Finch. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.